The Filial Scholar and the Magic Carp. A humble beginning. Long ago, in a quiet Korean village, nestled between green rice paddies and forested mountains, there lived a young man named Dong-soo. He was known for his sharp mind, always buried in books borrowed from the village teacher, dreaming of becoming a great scholar and passing the Royal Civil Service exams in Seoul. But Dong-soo's family was very poor. His father had died years earlier, and his mother, Madame Han, grew weaker with age. Though Dong-soo studied hard, he never forgot his most important duty, caring for his mother. Every morning, before opening his books, he fetched water from the well, cooked her rice porridge, and helped her walk to the sunshine by the doorway. Other villagers sometimes mocked him. How can you ever become successful if you waste so much time taking care of your mother? Focus only on your books. Dong-soo only bowed and replied softly, "Without my mother's care, I would not even be here. How could I neglect her now?" The Magic Carp. One summer afternoon, while washing clothes at the river for his mother, Dong-soo noticed something struggling in the shallow water. It was a carp, shimmering silver and gold, trapped between rocks. The other young men shouted, "Catch it! We can sell it at the market for a high price." But Dong-soo felt pity. "This fish wants to live as much as we do," he said. Carefully, he freed it and released it back into the deep water. The carp leapt high into the air and, to everyone's shock, transformed into a radiant being dressed in flowing robes. "You have shown compassion and respect, not only to your mother, but also to the living world," the being said. "For that, I shall help you." With a wave of its sleeve, the being left behind a small golden scroll, the scholar's path. That night, Dong-soo opened the scroll. To his amazement, the scroll contained poems, teachings, and wisdom that seemed to glow with light. Each word filled his heart with clarity. He studied day and night, yet never neglected his mother. When Madame Han grew ill, he sold his few belongings to buy her medicine, refusing to let her suffer. Finally, Dong-soo journeyed to Seoul to take the royal examination. Many rich young men laughed at his plain clothes and calloused hands. But when it was time to write, Dong-soo's brush moved like flowing water, guided by the wisdom of the golden scroll. When the results were announced, Dong-soo placed first among thousands of scholars. The emperor's question. The king summoned Dong-soo to the palace. "You are brilliant," the king declared. "But tell me, what do you credit for your success? Was it your clever mind, your hard work, or perhaps luck?" Dong-soo bowed deeply and said, "Your Majesty, it was none of those. My greatest honor has been to serve my mother. She taught me patience, compassion, and respect. If I succeed, it is because of her." The court fell silent. The king, deeply moved, said, "A man who honors his parents will honor his country as well. You shall be rewarded." The king granted Dong-soo a fine home where he could live with his mother in comfort for the rest of her days. The legacy of respect. Years later, when Madame Han passed peacefully, Dong-soo wept, but knew she had lived with dignity. He built a small shrine for her and continued to serve the king with loyalty. The villagers who once mocked him now told their children, "Do you see? Success is not only about ambition, but also about honoring those who gave you life." And long after Dong-soo was gone, the people of that village remembered his story as proof that true greatness comes not from pride or power, but from filial love and respect for one's parents. Moral of the story: respecting and caring for your parents is not a burden, it is the root of all wisdom, success, and blessing.